Hello, welcome everybody to the screencast. It's Mr. S. It's maths you should know, and today we're talking about measures of variation. Specifically, we are looking for outliers in data. When we talk about outliers, we talked about this in class. We're looking for numbers that kind of stand out, that don't really fit, whether or not they're just exaggerated numbers or maybe someone fibbed about the number. That's what we're trying to find out. Step one, take your data and put it in order from least to greatest. In this data we have here, the speed of animals. Spiders number 1, 8, 25, 30, 50, and 70. That's how you do that. That's step one. Step two, you need to find the middle of your data. We've been calling it our median, which is a number that falls right in the middle. And since we're just working on finding our measure, we're just going to simply look at where the middle is. I could go ahead and calculate the exact median. I don't need to. And I'll show you why right now. I'm going to introduce you to two new friends, two new groups. One's called Q1 and one's called Q3, and that stands for quartile 1 and quartile 3. I'm going to need to know those bits of information. And one way to think of it is Q1 is sort of the median of a median, and Q3 is the same. Well, I already pointed to what Q1 is. It's the middle of this 1, 2, 3-digit set. It's the one right in the middle. It's 8. So my Q1 is 8. Q3, it's an upper level set. It's a higher set of numbers. It's going this way on our number line, so numbers will get bigger. It's right in the middle. It's this one right here. Q3 is 50. That's important to find. Then what I do, I have to find a thing called an interquartile range, better known as IQR. Sounds very sophisticated. The way I do that is I just subtract those two numbers. I know it sounds very fancy, but all I do is do a bit of subtraction. So we get 42. Okay. Hard work's been done. Now, I'm going to take a magic number. It's called 1.5. It's a statistical number that helps us find this outlier. So let's do some quick multiplication. We do 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 4, what is that? That's right, it's 20, but we're going to add 1, 210. Going to keep our space open and go to the tens column. 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times 1 is 4. Add all those digits together, I get 630, but don't forget there's a decimal here, so let's bounce one, which means this magic number we're looking for is 63. Now, what do I do with that number? Okay, since I am looking for numbers larger than this Q side, I'm going to add that number, and we practice that a lot today in class. And since I am looking for numbers smaller than my Q1, I'm going to subtract that number. Right. After I do that, I add 63 to 60. I get 113. And I take that number and I look at the bigger end. Are there any numbers larger than 113? There's not. So right now, I don't have any outliers. And then I take 8 minus 63. I know that's a massively negative number. It's a negative number. There are no negative numbers in my set, which means those are also covered. That's just a quick look overview of how to find outliers. We have been going over it in class. Love to talk to you about that. That is the screencast for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy a snow day, perhaps. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the maths you should know.